Welcome back to another video. Today I fried some shrimp and I recorded it so I can show you guys my recipe. And if you're interested, stay tuned. I have the shrimp in cold water. It was frozen, so this is just how I thaw it out. Here are the ingredients that I used. I'll put them in the description box so you guys can just check it out. So I've taken the shrimp out of the cold water and I have them resting on a paper towel to just absorb some of the excess water. And I'm going to unpeel them and clean the shrimp. So this is kind of gross. So if you're not into seeing, this type of thing, feel free to turn away for a second. But I wanted to show the process of how I remove the shell from the shrimp, and then I take a knife and devein them myself. Even when the bag says they're deveined, they're usually not, or you need to just double check. And I can't stand eating shrimp with the black stuff, the poop, whatever it is in it. So I go through and I thoroughly clean. You'll see in a second. So now that all the shells have been removed, it's time to devein. So I just flip the shrimp over and take a knife and cut right down the middle. You can see the vein through the shrimp because it's black. I just slightly slice it right down, and then I pull the vein out. I'll put it down on the paper towel and just pull it out. You probably pull it out with your finger. It just depends. I'm sure that there's a specific type of tool for this. I just use a knife. So yeah, I pull it out from what I consider the stomach of the shrimp, and then on the tail, where I believe that's the poop. Sometimes that part comes out really easy, sometimes it don't. Sometimes I have to do like a little slice to get it out, but that's what I'm pulling out right there. So just go through, and anything that looks weird, take it out. Sometimes you'll see a vein maybe on the top part of the shrimp too. So you just have to really check it before you're cooking, when you're cleaning it out, because you just want to remove all that stuff. So the shrimp are all deveined, and now I'm going to butterfly them since I'm frying. This just helps make sure the batter is throughout better and makes the shrimp bigger. So what I do is I just take my knife and I go to the top of the shrimp and I cut not all the way through, but basically just splitting it so you still have the shrimp together. You don't want to split it all the way and then have it basically filleted. You just want it to be butterflied. So just open a little bit at the top. So now here is the frying process. Now that the shrimp is all ready, I'm turning on the stove. I made some cornbread in between, if you can see that in the background. But turn on the stove to medium heat. And I'm going to pour in the vegetable oil so it can start getting hot. I do this first just because you want your oil pretty hot when you're frying, of course. You don't want your battered item to just sit in oil. It makes it soggy. It doesn't come out as crispy. And you lose some of your batter sitting in that type of oil when it's not warm. So I'll put my oil in first and then proceed to season. So I sprinkled some onion powder on top of the shrimp. I also do add the seasoning to the actual batter itself. The batter does have some seasoning in it, the one that I purchased. But I just, for fish and chicken too, I just like a little additional. So I'll sprinkle it on top of the shrimp and then add some to my batter. So that was garlic powder, some black pepper. Clearly I'm almost out of my black pepper. Some Old Bay seasoning. I don't go too crazy with the seasoning, I don't think. But you just want it to be flavorful. I have noticed with frying seafood that you need a little extra oomph sometimes. So I am heavier with the Old Bay and a little heavier with the salt as well. So I use the pink Himalayan salt, of course, whatever your preference is. But like I said, I do add a little extra when I'm frying than I would normally, just because that brings out a better flavor in my opinion. So just adding it to the batter mix as well. Grab the spoon and I'm just mixing the frying mix so the seasoning can get all the way through. All right, I think the oil is good now, so I threw on my gloves because this does get a little sticky and messy and I don't want all that up under my nails. So I'm just adding the shrimp to the egg wash and turning them around, making sure that they are getting fully coated, especially since they're butterflies. So you want to open the shrimp a little bit while it's in the egg wash to make sure that everything is getting coated. Then I drop them into the batter and I'm gonna do the same thing. I want to make sure that they're fully coated. I'm gonna turn them around, make sure that the mix gets in between the butterfly part before I put it in the oil. Now that the shrimp are coated, I'm dropping each one individually into the oil. doing it gently. Don't want to splash the oil. It's already hot. It's already going to make somewhat of a mess on your stove that you're going to have to, wipe down. So less of a mess. So don't splatter too much if you can avoid it. But yeah, I'll probably put maybe 7 or 8 in this size pan to fry at the same time, and it doesn't take long at all. You want it nice golden brown. I say maybe 3 to 4 minutes on each side, so you don't go too far when you're frying anything really, but especially seafood because it fries pretty quickly. It's been a few minutes with the shrimp in the pan. So the ones that I put in first, I'm just taking a Tong and is it a Tong? A set of tongs? Set of tongs? I'm taking a thing and using it to flip the shrimp over. So they will get too brown too quickly. They will burn easily. So you want to, like I said, stay near and just keep an eye on it to see which ones you need to flip. Now some of the shrimp are ready to take out of the oil, so I just grab a paper plate, put some paper towels on top, and put the shrimp on top of that so the oil can drain. It is really hot, so make sure you layer the paper towels or use a glass plate because it could go through a paper plate if you don't have it layered well enough. Those shrimp are out. You can see the oil is significantly darker now, and we're going to go for round 2 for the remaining shrimp. just to get any excess oil off of the shrimp before putting it on a paper towel. I've already turned off the stove, and then I removed the pan from the hot eye. And here are my final fried shrimp in all their glory. Don't they look so pretty? I swear I could eat fried shrimp every week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you tried this recipe out. See you guys next time.